Okay, so this is Pro One Theologist, New South Wales, Australia. I have reported on the Hamburg thing along with thousands of other people, but I've gotten comments in the thing that I'm playing guessing games. Look, let's not be stupid about this. The person that's opened up fire on his ex-brothers and sisters in the cult has done it because of revenge and resentment and the way in which he's been treated by the cult. It would be least to say the man was shunned. It would be least to say the man was ostracised and treated like he was dead. This is not uncommon. This happens all the time. And you say, well, it's not just... I'm focusing on the Jehovah Witnesses. They're the ones that seem to be causing the most damage at the moment. People running around with guns, ex-Jehovah Witnesses shooting people, Jehovah Witnesses getting killed in their cars in the street, assassinated, getting punched out when they come to people's doors, bashing up each other, shooting each other, sleeping with each other's partners, molesting their children, fights, lies, deceit, denial, sacking the governing body members because of alcoholism and the horrible things they say when they're given the opportunity to speak, like you'll get blood on your hands from God if you don't go knocking on doors. This organisation is imploding. Don't get on my channel and say, don't make excuses. It's obvious. It's completely and utterly obvious that the cult is imploding. It's a business conglomerate, multi-billion-dollar business corporation that invests in military arms and Coca-Cola and all these other things. Stop being ignorant. I haven't got time for it. People are dying. Over 50,000 people plus have died from the blood doctrine, you fools. Stop playing games with it all. Religion's dangerous. The Bible teaches that it's dangerous. As soon as you think there's something you need to do or not do to make God happy or stop him from being sad, you're going evil. That's what the fruit of this organisation is. Business cannot produce a sound doctrine. It's obvious through this organisation. Religion is dangerous. The teachings of the Bible are dangerous when they're used wrong. If you don't think so, well, we've got a person shooting people through a window because they wouldn't let him into the meeting, and he knew that. He'd been ostracised from the meetings. What other chance did he have of... He's gone completely mad. They've driven him completely mad. Ladies and gentlemen, this man's... Look, he's a murderer and he's killed himself, but he was just as much a victim. Psychologically driven to the point where he's gone, I'm paying back some of these rude, horrible people that made out they were my friends, and now they're just ostracizing me like I'm not even alive. Horrible behaviour, terrible behaviour, wicked behaviour, driven this man round the bend. Worst event in Germany, Hamburg, Germany, since World War II. Wake up and stop making excuses for the fruit of this organisation. Let's go to the report.
Investigators have revealed more details about the man who killed 7 people in Germany, including an unborn baby. The mass shooting at a Jehovah's Witness hall is the worst crime in Hamburg's recent history.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is no small matter.
From a place of worship, the dead are wheeled away. Police piecing together the horror that unfolded at this Jehovah's Witness meeting in the German city of Hamburg.
You can understand the Muslims... Hang on, I'm going to have to... The Muslims are running in with bombs attached to them and blowing up the Christians and all. This is an internal battle. The way in... It's not Christians blowing up Christians. We're not back in the medieval days. And it's definitely not Muslims blowing up Muslims. It's Jehovah Witnesses killing Jehovah Witnesses. Because they've been driven round the bend. They've been treated distastefully, horribly, extraordinarily bad. Let's continue.
Mourners laid flowers for the victims, 4 men, 2 women and an unborn baby whose mother survived. Police say
that's an act of war. Man, this guy's gone ballistic.
Police say this is the gunman, Phillip FUTZ. Police say this.
Does he look like a gunman to you? Like, in all honesty, does this man, he was a CEO and a founder of a company, treated wrongly by an organisation that drove him to the point where he needed to be heard. He needed to be heard so badly that he's blown these people to bits. Somebody open your eyes. It's not a joke. This is the consequential outcome of a religion that's treated somebody like trash. Stop sticking up for this cult. It's an evil cult. I'm not talking about the people in it, but the cult's caused these people to be killed, hasn't it? And turn this guy into an absolute start-raving lunatic. Don't make excuses. There was nothing wrong with this guy. He was a perfectly well-functioning person 18 months ago, and then the organisation, they said he had a bad fallout with them. He woke up. And then they shunned him. Let's just be honest.
This is the gunman, Phillip FUTZ, a self-employed consultant. It's believed he acted alone. The 35-year-old fired more than one.
You know why he acted alone? Because he was all on his own. They separated everybody else from him. Look at the Australian Royal Commission, where Judge McLennan says to them, it's the most horrible, cruel thing I've ever seen any religious organisation try to do to anybody. And they just stood there and argued that it's okay. It's not okay. This is the fruit of it, and this is what the Australian Royal Commission was trying to bring out. Norway's onto this organisation, and so is the Australian government. They're not stupid. They're trying to find ways to stop all this. Norway's onto it.
100 rounds during the attack before taking his own life as specialist officers stormed the building.
You've got to understand what's causing somebody that was perfectly normal to come to this point. Of course he shot himself. So would you if you'd been driven to the point where you're opening fire on people that are treating you like trash, and then all of a sudden realising that this is wrong. You're going to shoot yourself.
Phillip F. is a former member of this congregation.
He's a former member of the congregation. Accept it.
Of the Jehovah Witnesses. Around 18 months ago, he left the congregation.
In January, an anonymous tip was sent to police, warning them FUTZ had an anger toward religious believers. Officers searched his flat and ultimately allowed him to keep the semi-automatic weapon he had stored in a safe.
So let me ask you this. If the officers went to his flat because the Jehovah Witnesses knew that he was getting angry at him and something could happen, so they've obviously reported him to the police, why would the police allow him to keep that gun? Because he came across as a perfectly normal person. He had an agenda. He was going to pay back the people that had treated him like trash in the cult. But he was just a perfectly normal person, besides his issues with the cult. And not all religions, it was specifically the Jehovah Witnesses.
Chancellor Olaf Scholz addressed the nation, the shooting the worst crime in Hamburg's recent history.
Vorfall in meiner Heimatstadt Hamburg gegeben.
We are stunned in the face of this violence, he said, adding there are fears the death toll will rise, with many in a critical condition.
There they are, there's the shunners. That's a shunner being carried out. Don't say it's not true. Yous all shun everyone. Don't you think people are getting a little bit fed up with this?
In hospital. In London, Jessica Millward, 9 News.
So there's no point saying that person wasn't an ex-member and making excuses. The person, like most other people that before they joined the Jehovah Witnesses, was perfectly normal. Went in, has woken up to some things and probably asked some questions, been rejected and had a disagreement and fallout with them. Woken, it's called him waking up, and then has been shunned, completely shunned, like he didn't survive. This person was for goodness sake, where's it going to stop? It's not going to stop. What's the next one going to be? They're shooting Jehovah Witnesses sitting in their cars. They're bashing Jehovah Witnesses up at the doors. The Jehovah Witnesses are sleeping with each other's partners and swapping and changing and making excuses. They live a lie, and they lie to people in the communities about the religion they know nothing about. It's all wrong. The history of it's wrong. The leaders of it are wrong. They're sacking their leaders from alcoholism and saying horrible things through their messages about people having blood on their hands and causing people to be manipulated and feeling guilt and shame for not serving their wicked organisation. Come on. If you don't bow to their policies, you just get wiped out like you were dead. Why wouldn't somebody crack? They're burning down the kingdom halls. The organisation selling the kingdom halls from under the members. Wake up. The lot is. Wake up. I don't care if you're a JW or an ex-Jehovah Witness or what. People are dying. 50,000 people under a blood policy that's not even real. It's made up. Oh, come on. Stop playing games with this cult. It's dangerous. It shouldn't be in our communities. Don't be fooled by this religious fucking placard. It's not. I can tell you as a professional fucking theologist, and sorry for swearing, but people are dying. They're being blown to bits. They've played with evil and it hasn't paid off. It's not going to pay off. And let's see what the next one is with the Jehovah Witnesses. There was another, it's just constant. You look in the news, the Jehovah Witnesses, they're a nuisance. This is Pro One Theologist. Bye for now.